Hello, good evening,
Good
and a
evening,
very
Bina.
warm welcome, Mr. Govinda,
Thank
and
you.
to all our dear viewers who have joined us live. I'm Beena B, Associate Diet Expert from Freedom from Diabetes, signing in. I
Okay.
hope you all are doing fantastic. And so we have our special guest today, Mr. Govinda
Hi.
Sharma, joining us from Bengaluru. Chanagidira.
ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ನೀವು ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Thank you.
Oh, very
So
good.
in Kannada, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ means how are you? Okay. So here I would like to mention that Mr. Govinda has joined our FFD 2.0 session. Okay. He has transformed his life and he is proudly an FFD 2.0 today.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
after retiring from his job, he
Mhm.
has been currently working in a renowned college as a professor, and he has also bagged a lot of degrees in his kit. So apart from his educational degrees, he is also a man of simplicity and a great sense of humor. So he has a special interest apart from all those educational qualification into his avid gardener. So
Okay.
let me share you the picture. Okay, please do give me a moment.
Sure, sure. Good. Good that you mentioned about gardening, incidentally, of course, I have got three granddaughters. I think they are the best with the flowers of our garden.
Right,
Maybe you will get to see them there. Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Please give me a moment.
Oh, sure, sure. Take your time. Take your time. My interest in all these things, gardening and other things, started off when I built my house itself. My house, yeah,
That's
my house,
really
yeah,
amazing. That's really nice to
yeah,
hear that.
uh, yeah.
So here we go with his amazing gardening session. So here you can see here there are a lot of beautiful pictures coming up. He has also been posing for the yoga and how he has been doing his yoga sessions. See, right? Over to you, Mr. Govinda. Please
Yeah,
carry on.
thanks, Bina. Actually, it's a great thing. When I built my house way back in 2002, that's
Mm-hmm.
about 20 years, 2 decades back, I built my house in a totally eco-friendly way with, stabilized mud blocks, stone, and things like that. But then I thought, since I have taken away 30, 40, 1,200 squares of land from nature, I should do something about it. And so
That's
I
really
use my
nice.
terrace. I use my terrace to build a small garden. Okay,
Uh-huh.
that's what you see, on the
So you
terrace.
have been doing organic farming here
Oh yeah,
and terrace farming, I can say. See
totally
those
organic, totally
beautiful
organic.
tomatoes hanging
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
those
true, very true.
beautiful flowers.
This is actually a lily which in an aquarium where
Right.
I also grow some, cultivate some fish and things like this. Is my granddaughter, incidentally, and this is one of my students who had visited.
Uh-huh.
And this is one of the farms that my son has brought, so we had gone there. And this, incidentally, this particular photo is from my IIT days, way back in
Uh-huh.
1981. So that's about 50 years or 40, 40 years back.
That's amazing.
That we were. And then you see all this. And of course, this particular thing, what I have shown here, right at the left top, is the journal writing that we did. Maybe, I will mention about it as I go through. And of course, all this yoga, which all these things went as a part of FFD protocol. And this is my typical meal plate, this particular one.
Great. Yes. To enlarge it, I would like to show this picture. So where our viewers
Okay.
can
Oh, yeah, yeah,
view
yeah.
it much clearly. So you
But
can
cannot eat
see,
it.
right. So here you can see previously, if you're wondering that why my sugars are spiking or why this
Yeah.
sugars I'm not able to bring it down, then here you can find your answer. You
Sure,
can see
sure.
how beautiful and colorful this plate is. Very beautifully arranged with
You know,
all these bright colors of
yeah,
salads,
yeah.
right?
This incidentally was taken about 2 days back. This
Uh-huh.
August, August 15th and all that. I made it
Yes,
as
on occasion of our Independence Day,
that's
75th
right.
Independence Day,
And
right?
this is millet rice, and then some
Mm-hmm.
palya,
Okay.
and then this is greens, sambar made out of greens,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
this is of course what do you call it as Hagelkai?
Sabzi?
That,
Okay,
yeah,
Hagelkai. Okay, that's
Hagelkai,
really nice.
Hagelkai.
So I hope our viewers are also getting an idea of
Sure.
how to have a balanced meal pattern.
True,
So
true,
when we
true.
say that you have to balanced meal, it doesn't mean that you restrict all your favorites, but
Not
then
at all.
yes,
Not
taking
at all.
all the carbohydrates, proteins, right, and even the fibers in equal proportion.
True.
So you can really have a correct
Enjoy
proportion.
the food. Enjoy the
Yes.
food. And I had a great dietitian myself, Pooja from Mysore.
Uh-huh.
She would
That's
help
really
me a
nice.
lot. Yeah, yeah. She would help me a lot with all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are actually eating yourself healthy, it doesn't mean you are depriving yourself of anything, but it's just that you are replacing it with good nutritious food rather than some junk thing. That's it.
Absolutely, absolutely
That is
well
what it really
defined
means.
definition.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, yes,
yeah, yeah.
right. So
Okay,
here our viewers are eager to know from you how
okay,
you began with your transformational journey,
okay,
and over to you.
okay. Fine. Like many of the people would ask, when did you diagnose that you were actually a diabetic? It's something like saying, when did you meet your first love?
Mm-hmm.
So, it was way back, I think it was 2000, between 2002 and 2005, I was working for Asian Development Bank on a project in Karwar.
Uh-huh.
Karwar is a coastal town in Karnataka,
Mm-hmm.
humid and hot. And humid and
Right,
hot is something, it's a ready recipe for skin problems. And
right.
people who are disposed towards that do get it. And I was one of them. Okay. Basically because of my family background, well, when I got started, they started giving me good. I met a good skin specialist, and he started giving me good food, medicine also. But the problem is it never healed properly. So he said, why don't you get your blood tested? That is how it was diagnosed that I was diabetic. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that that
Okay,
that's about 20 years back, more than that, 2002, let's say, because 2004, 4, 5, that is when the test was done. Maybe 1 or 2 years. So that's about 2 days, 2 decades back, I would say. You
right.
see, what happens is I have a history of family history of diabetes. My mother is a very sweet lady.
Mhm.
That means she was diabetic.
Right.
So what happened when I was diagnosed. I'm the 11th child, so I got 5 elder sisters and 5 elder, brothers. And one of my elder sisters remarked jokingly. She said, "Welcome to the sugar club." So that is how we started. And I also, like anybody else, thought that, okay, all right, I think this is something that we all have to live with it. There is nothing so great about it. Just take a pill and that's it. And it did happen that way. Actually, the moment you are diagnosed and you start taking medicines, actually magic will happen. So the sugars will certainly come down and you feel much better and you say, yeah, no, I've already won the game. Well, it was so, but the problem with this type of medication is that actually gradually, the dosage of the medicine keeps increasing. What started off as a small, the dosage certainly got this one. And I remember almost when I ended, this journey of taking allopathic drugs, it used to be Jalra and something else. Okay, 2 or 3 medicines, almost thrice a day and all those things.
Correct, correct. So
So all
initially,
this
maybe
is
you were also okay, just
okay
like
with it.
other.
Okay
Yes,
with it. But what happens is, as you go, the dosage will increase and connected problems will start. You know,
right.
you see, actually, when you put that, that poster and other thing, you have said it is from 8.7 to 6.5 or whatever it is. But actually, you have
Right.
underestimated me. I am a rank student. You have just
Right.
put me as a first grade. Actually, at one time, I must say, sometime in 2018 or so, my HbA1c was as high as 10.2.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, it's you
quite
are
high.
downgrading.
Yes.
Actually, you are thinking that I'm only a first class student. No, no, no.
Mm.
Actually, I'm a rank student. So that is how it was. Right?
Yes.
10.2, and then it kept on, and then I used to struggle. What happens is, and especially of course your age also will catch up. Then what happens is I used to feel very lazy,
Uh-huh.
lethargic, and then I used to doze off in the afternoon and developing a negative attitude to life. So what?
Right,
anyway we are
right.
getting old. That kind of attitude, and I used to sleep off, and of course retired, and therefore I would not, even when offers were made, I would say no, I'm not so interested. Why should I do that? And that is when, way back, I think last year, yeah, 2021 February, I went to the doctor for normal checkup. It was around 8 points, so because it is possible for you to manage. And at that time, the doctor said, I think it is time for you to go for insulin. I see tablets. I was okay. Insulin, I said, bus, not this.
Right.
Let me. So I bargained for some time. I'm a marketing man, so I bargained. So I asked him, can I have 3 more months? He said, okay. And then sometime in March or April, I went to him again, and it was same 8.7. And said, now I think, Sharma,
So
you have
from
to start.
10.2, you could manage it to
No,
bring it
no. See
down.
what happens, if you take on medicine, and I used to do yoga and other things. See, I'm
Hmm.
fairly a disciplined person. That I must agree. I must tell you. So I used to do that, but then it used to keep on, fluctuation. And now he said, now I think now you have graduated to insulin. Now welcome to the insulin club. I said, no, 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 that I will not. So I heard him April when I went again. He reiterated the same thing. I said, I have to do something. It's not it. You see, I believe in simplicity. February, I had gone, met him, and then I was disturbed. And then sometime in March, one of my cousin, his name is Vishwanath. We call him as
Uh-huh.
Kashi Vishwanath.
Oh,
He
okay.
is my nephew. We fondly
Right.
call him as Kashi. We are buddies. Whenever summer holidays, I used to go to his house. Very close friends.
Right.
Once, I think I remember the date precisely, 25th of March, 2011, 12. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, 11 last year. Now we are 22, not 21. Okay,
Right.
sorry. So he sent me a message saying that,
Uh-huh.
I am 66 years now, and, I could do 108 Surya Namaskara and all those things. And he was very upbeat.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that and I appreciated, but then I saw, you must have all heard of this, Naya Muslim. And he said, I am into FFD also.
Uh-huh.
He said, Naya Muslim, Allah, Allah, Jor se pukara hai. It must be something like this. I heard him, but then did not take him so seriously. But then I believe in synchronicity. So this worm had been entered. And once again, when I went in April, this happened in February, the first warning came, insulin warning. March, Vishwanath told me that, Kashi told me that, I'm doing it, I'm getting the benefit, I'm feeling like a bird and all.
So you
I said,
started
okay. I said,
hearing all those.
okay. Yeah, I said, he's talking something, but let me, but then at the background, it started. Okay.
Uh-huh.
In April, when I went, the doctor reiterated, I said, I need to do something. So along with that, I spoke to him. I got some more information. He said, why don't you, register for a seminar? Just try for yourself. And then, I paid that initial fees and then registered for that.
So what was your mindset when you went to attend the seminar?
Yeah,
Did you?
mindset is that of, actually, I am an engineer. I would say I'm a skeptic. I am not a person who will jump and say that, okay, all right, that's it. So I went with little open mind. I said, let me hear. You see, we are paid to every god. Why not to Srinivas also? That is how we take it. So I said, let me just try this gentleman also. But then when he started out, that man, I think he's much younger to me. Okay. So when he started off and then when he talked about it, the kind of energy that he displayed, I tell you, Dr. Pramod is a fantastic human being. I won't just call him a doctor. The fantastic human being, the way he is able to inspire and put facts. So everything he started, explaining in a very scientific way. Why, most of us Indians may not have deficiency in this, but then there will be resistance, insulin resistance, and what are the causes? What do we do?
Right.
How do
So
we
he
take it? But
explained
all
each
this
and everything in detail.
for 3 hours, and by the time the program had ended after I think 10:30, 11 o'clock. It started at 8 o'clock. It went on till 10:30, 11 o'clock. I
And
had
you
already
couldn't
paid.
blink your eyes. You
No, no, no. It was
listened to
not
him
possible.
endlessly.
No.
Yes.
He is a magnet.
Right.
And all those things happened. I had paid my fees, or I said, okay, I'm jumping in. But then,
So there
unfortunately,
you began your
no,
journey.
no.
No? Okay.
Story khatam nahi hai.
Oh,
So,
is it?
yeah. See what happened. I had paid the fees, everything, but unfortunately, April last year,
Mm-hmm.
6 of my family members proved COVID negative. I was the only person who was free from that.
Okay.
I was the only caregiver, 6 people.
Mm-hmm.
My wife, my son, daughter-in-law, everybody was sick. So I
Mm-hmm.
wrote to these people and said, no, I cannot join. Can you give me? They were all very kind enough, very accommodating. So they said, okay, all right, when everything is okay, you can get back. That is how, I joined in July.
Uh-huh. Okay.
72. That's one thing, for which I must be thankful to.
Right.
They were
So,
quite accommodating. And then
mm-hmm.
I came on, and then I started the course in right earnest in July.
Correct.
So everything started. So initially with the diet, and I
Hmm.
think they started with what is called as detoxification,
Correct.
alkalization. Yeah, your
Right.
body
Right.
will be alkalized. So they started giving some
Correct. So
greenery.
from there you began your journey, and
Oh, sure,
towards
sure.
the end of your journey, you were, and last month when you checked your blood reports, it was HbA1c was at 6.5, right?
6.5. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 6.5.
Absolutely. So like you are from our past participant from
Yeah,
batch
you can.
72. Okay.
Yeah,
So from then till now, you're maintaining your HbA1c. That's a tremendous
same.
job.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. That's true. See what happens. One thing
Hmm.
I must. You see, what is to be really understood is, it is not that FFD is some kind of a magic you enter and therefore you will get great results. Pramod is very straight and candid about it. In one of the see, one good thing is they have everything. They have got an app, they have got a dietitian Pooja, and one exercise expert Devika, wonderful lady, and one doctor Rekha. All these people will pitch in and give you this. But occasionally, once in a month or so, Pramod would come and have some kind of a review where he would give
Right.
us a lot of input.
Group
There he
session.
said group sessions, and there he said, I remember that it's a wonderful words that he used. He said, you write down the progress, whatever you want. We used to write all those fun activities like writing vision boards and all those. I had written in my vision board at the this birthday, that is March, I'll be climbing up Chamundi Hill and my son will be at the back. I used to have knee pain and other thing because I was 80 kgs.
Right.
80 kgs, therefore knee pain and other thing. One of my vision board, this one, I had drawn that picture of going up this one, and my son is asking me, can you do it, pa? Do you have this one? And I am saying, where is the knee pain? That was my vision, son.
Yes,
And
yes.
he says,
And like a superhero, you climb those hills,
oh yeah,
right?
yeah, now I can. There's absolutely no pain, nothing at all. You see, at that this one, I think it was somewhere in between, sometime in October. So I think I had come to some 7 or something, whatever it is. He asked us to put down all those things objectively without having
Mm-hmm.
to. What was your plan? What is that you want to achieve? He said, you have got, I don't know the word that he used. I think you have got perfect results. I think that is what he used. The
Yes.
results what you have got is perfect.
Right.
And he paused for a moment and he said, it could be, better.
Correct.
I said, what is he talking? If it is perfect, how can it be made better? He paused and allowed us to answer, and then he gave the message. He said, the results are appropriate to the efforts that you have put, which means, if you can really improve, put in more effort, exercise more, a better discipline in food and other things, maybe you can do much better than what you are doing. See, it's a wonderful thing. So essentially what happens is, you have got a wonderful system. They will give you all the supports that you want, but ultimately the end result is the effort and sincerity. Faith is the word that I would use. Faith
Right.
and sincerity with which you will be able to do it. And then I
Yes.
tell you, you can do any miracle that
Definitely.
you
Here I
want.
would,
You see,
yes.
the miracle that you want. See, many of the people will be satisfied with some miracle. I said, if I drop, medicine, it's okay with me. If I am off from insulin, it's okay with me. But then, if you say, look, that is not the definition of reversal for me. Definition of reversal is something else for me. Then you have to work towards that.
Right.
That's
Here, I
the,
would like to pause for a while.
yeah.
Most of our participants or maybe our viewers might be wondering, when
Okay.
reversal or transformation means it is the complete reversal
Oh,
or
yeah.
getting rid of the medications or
Sure,
coming
sure,
out of insulin, no
sure.
diabetic medications,
Correct,
then
correct.
how, in your case, we are calling you TFFT 2.0 and the
Sure.
reversal or the transformation that has happened in you. So,
Very, very interesting. Very
because
interesting.
your HbA1c is at
Still
6.5,
at 6 point, not
right?
5.
And it
Yeah.
is making you say that is a pre-diabetic. So,
Okay. Ah, it
so
is.
how
It
do you
is.
define reversal
Okay.
in your terms?
Yeah, very good. Very good. Let me tell you this. You have got a heavy vehicle, let's say a lorry. Okay. Lorry is going at 60 kilometers, 70 kilometers per hour. It's on a highway. Okay. What happens to the lorry? Is it that it can suddenly turn and then make a U-turn and go back? No, it cannot, and it should not also.
Right.
And especially what happens then, what happens, slowly you must turn and then reduce the speed. And then as long as you have made a decision and started on the way back, I think it's really good. But then what are the parameters here? The parameters here are, you see, right now, actually today, I think I must have shared this, screenshot of my this one with one of you. Today, it was 110. My, fasting, PP1 was 110. Yesterday, my fasting blood sugar itself was around 100 because
Wow.
my son, got some lal paths to come and do tests for all of us. It was 100. And as a matter of fact, when I took PP1, it was 87, which means it is there, which means, Baba, you don't have to take medicine anymore.
Right.
So
right.
that is, you can say, okay, all right, that is measurable. But then more than that, how do I call that, I am a free bird or whatever, Yeah, well, the reason is simply this. Now, I feel much more energetic.
Yes.
I don't have knee pain. I don't have any problem. I don't sleep in the afternoon. In fact, I'll be looking for, I'm writing a case study. I say, I'm going to win that, whatever, I feel like, I go to colleges, teach. I enjoy being with so life is upbeat. So essentially, for some people, it is possible that they may not be able to kick off the medicine. But then I'm using the words of Pramod himself. He says, you will be able to live a much better life. Even if you have to take minimal medicine, you can consider it as some kind of a reversal only. But in most of the cases, as I said, actually, one of my friends, Govinda Raju, he's in States. He was my junior at IIT Madras. Some 2 months back or 3 months back, he also joined. He talked to me further, then he joined. And now just today morning, I spoke to him. He says, he's totally free from
medication.
Yeah.
Yes.
So basically that it depends upon age. You see, if I have been a diabetic for the last 20 years,
20
2
years.
decades,
Yeah.
and in 1 year, if I have achieved so much, I am very, very confident, madam. Maybe in another 6 months or 1 year, I'll take the GTT and say that, look here, man, it's gone.
Wow, that's the courage, that's the willpower. And I really
So,
appreciate
yeah.
and remind our viewers
Yeah.
that you are 66 years young.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. No, why do you call me old at all? I'm not old.
Yes, you are young, and
Yeah.
you can.
You know what? Very interestingly, ISKCON, when that Prabhupada went to States, his age was, I think, 70 plus. So
Right.
whatever you want to do, you see, let me also tell you, especially for people who are little elderly, okay, we have a tendency to say that anyway I'm old, death is knocking at us. How does it matter?
Correct.
Of course, to both the elderly people and to the younger people also. Let me tell you this, Sharira Madhyam Kalu Dharma Sadhana. Even if you want to achieve whatever you want, whether you want success in life, meaning, your promotion, whatever, for the younger people, for people like us, no promotion, no, nothing like that is really required. Even if you want to achieve, even if you want to write a book, suppose I am even, just dreaming,
Definitely,
thinking loud.
you will be writing a book.
Writing a book on my, how life becomes sweet again. Maybe another 1 or 2 years down the line with Pramod ji, I want to write that book.
Yes.
So this is what really defines. How do you, are you positive? I am very positive in life. I make, not that I couldn't make friends earlier, but now I always ring. Today morning, I spoke for about half an hour. I said, why don't we meet my Marthi Vidyalaya friends, 40 years, 50 years, friendship. I don't see, this is what it really means by reversal.
Correct.
But in most of the cases, medicine also can be reversed, and it's good. Yes. But then the definition of this depends upon your age. If you are in the 40s, 50s, I think, it will be okay. But here, it can be. I am sure it can be. But the thing is, if it doesn't, don't worry. If you have regained, your enthusiasm in life, I think that's a great thing.
Yes,
If you are
definitely it is.
if you are, from 10.7, it doesn't become, you don't become, super diabetic. If it is 6.5, I think it's good. But I'm
Yes.
not satisfied. I'm telling you, I want to be free. I'm going to take
Yes,
gym.
yes,
It's
definitely.
another
You
matter.
will
It's
be.
another
You will
matter.
be.
It's another
And you
matter.
will be again coming back for another YouTube live session with us.
Why not?
And
Maybe
yes, and I know all our
you can put
viewers.
it on my next birthday,
Yes,
25th
yes,
of
definitely,
March
definitely.
2023. You can have that. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
we
And
can
I
do that.
hope like all our viewers are very much enthralled and
Oh, yeah, yeah, sure.
excited, inspired. They are motivated to
Sure.
be a part of freedom from diabetes and also reverse their condition. And not only like medications, but also regain their health, regain their life.
Mhm.
So, as Mr. Govinda mentioned to us, so reversal is not just about getting rid of
Oh, yeah.
medications or insulin. It is much more
It will
beyond
anyway
that.
happen. It will anyway happen. That I am
Right.
telling you.
So please do enroll today itself in the Discover Reversal session and hoping you all to get a better life and also making it much more sweeter again and again. Okay. So with this, I once again thank Mr. Govinda for coming with us, for joining us live and for all his precious time. And until then, this is Dina B signing off. So meet you with another inspiring story. Take care. Bye-bye.